Thank you, Chairwoman, members of the committee. I appreciate the courtesy and also the consideration of this very important bill that's being proposed. I'm here to testify strongly in support of Senate Bill 0152 to ensure the preservation of reproductive rights for women and families under Rhode Island state law. I'm here on behalf of every resident of Providence, every woman in our city.
What?
I'm here on behalf of every resident of Providence, every woman in our city. I'm here on behalf of every resident of Providence, every woman in our city. I'm here on behalf of every resident of Providence, every woman in our city. I'm here on behalf of every resident of Providence, every woman in our city who deserves the right to choose what happens over her own body. And I ask the General Assembly to take the lead and act to enshrine this right into statute. I'm committed to supporting access to comprehensive reproductive health care, including contraception and abortion when a woman makes that decision. Given the current federal climate, it is critical to codify reproductive health care rights into state law. Comprehensive reproductive health care is critical to the well-being of our state's women and families, and this legislation will allow women to determine their own fate and make their own health care choices. Low-income women and families who suffer the most when reproductive health care choices are restricted. Low-income women and families who suffer the most. Low-income women and families who suffer the most. Low-income women and families who suffer the most and families suffer the most when reproductive health care choices are restricted. These decisions should be made between a woman and her doctor. A woman's right to have full control over her own body is the most basic control that we can offer, and Rhode Islanders can no longer depend on the highest court in the land to defend it. As mayor, one of my top priorities is to reassure our most vulnerable and marginalized residents that the city will continue to support them despite the results of any presidential election.
Okay. The most real, okay.
Presidential election. And as someone who respects individual rights, you have to respect those principles. But we live in a pluralistic society, and the question here is not whether we would ever partake in one of these procedures, it's whether these options should be accessible to people who come at and look at this issue from a very different perspective. For all of those reasons, I strongly encourage the committee to support this bill.
Unbelievable.
I'm sorry, I just don't understand how Mayor Elorza could say that he speaks for all women and all residents in Providence, unless he spoke to every single woman and every single resident in Providence. You can't use absolutes like that, especially when you're representing a huge population. So that just shows how irresponsible his representation is for the city of Providence, okay? So to say that he represents us is not even just hurtful, it's wrong.
Mayor Elorza is seriously confusing healthcare. He has no idea what healthcare is. Abortion is not healthcare. Abortion is far from it. It's killing an innocent human being.
No matter the circumstances, like, a child is still a child, no matter how old, like 5 to 8 months old, it doesn't matter. A child is still a child, whether you see it like that, you know.
It's still a human.
Yeah.
You can't take that life away.
Saying that children are set back, that is not true. You're undermining
the capacity that people have to move forward and the power of the will that someone had to be able to attain a better life. You are forgetting that we are humans and our determination can take us places like the one where you are sitting right now.
And you're speaking that low-income people need this. Wow, that's really a shame that you have to say something like that. A man, Hispanic heritage, really? This is what you're saying? This is what you're advocating for?
You know?
For all of your people in Providence, really?
You be talking about these low incomes, like it's not because of abortions, like or like having kids. You should help those families instead of supporting people getting rid of this child, this human being that obviously has rights as well.
Like you can, there's other ways to manage it. You can go for adoption or something like that. Yeah. You don't have to kill the baby.
Because they be making abortion looking like it's all pretty and they sugarcoat everything. Like no,
and
look at what it is.
Excuse that they have is
like just I'm speechless myself. Like I mean, there's no words for what he has to say. Like se le saca un tornillo a veces.
Y lo bonito que él dice las cosas, porque está diciendo que nos representa a nosotros como hispanos. Él no me representa a mí, él no sabe mi decisión. Él dice, oye, estoy representando a mi comunidad. Yo no quiero que me represente él.
The fact that he said he's speaking for like the community, like no.
Who you speaking? Usted not speaking for me.
Huh? Usted no me representa a mí.
Nah, I just hate how he keeps saying that he speaks for the community, but in reality he's just speaking for himself.
You know, he's speaking for all of us. I'm sorry, but my friends, I don't know anyone that agrees with that. So that's a huge, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. So it'd be really nice if he's talking on behalf of people. Maybe he should go talk to them face to face and see what they really want.
I don't remember him coming to different community meetings to even ask people whether or not we wanted to support this. That didn't happen. So that doesn't give him the right to just come in front of people and say, I represent my community of the city of Providence.
Obviamente yo no comparto lo que piensa el Mayor Elorza. Otra vez vuelve y repite lo mismo, que nos representa a nosotros, a cada residente de Providence, pero lo mismo, no me acuerdo el día que fue a mi casa, a mi residencia, a preguntarme si yo estaba de acuerdo. Él, vuelvo y repito, a mí no me representa porque no es lo que yo creo, no es lo que piensa mi familia, no es lo que piensan mis amigos, y yo no me siento representado por él.
I mean, just because he thinks it doesn't mean that everybody thinks it. Like, I am against this bill. I don't think it's right to kill an innocent child for others people's, like, whether it be a mistake or whether it be like something that they decided to do, it's not the child's fault, so there's no reason to have to kill it.
Like, women don't have the right to decide who lives or who dies just because, like, of selfish reasons. Like, that's just what I think. It's just wrong. Yeah.
Cada bebé tiene derecho a nacer. Un bebé no tiene la culpa de lo que hacemos nosotros, que tenemos conciencia.
You speak about defending the marginalized. Who's more marginalized than children who people want to abort? Who's more marginalized than that? Explain that to me.
When he said that that's not what we would do, but like what other people should be able to do, I think that's been happening over and over again in history. As in with slavery, people would say, I don't do it, but I'm not going to stop someone else from doing it. Or when the Nazis gained power, I'm not going to persecute the Jews, but I'm not going to stop them from doing it solely for your own happiness. And I think if we just keep doing that, the world's going to keep going down. If we keep saying, I won't do it, but you can, yeah, like, yeah.
And how can you say, oh, this is legal, aborting is fine, but yet we're here protecting like these bird eggs and this and that, and if you destroy it, oh, you can go to jail for a year, have to pay $100,000, but yet aborting a human being is completely fine. So it just really hurt me, because you did not represent me at all.
Do you feel like the mayor represented you?
No, it doesn't represent me.
Did the mayor represent you?
Not at all.
I don't remember the day he stepped foot in my crib and asked me these questions, so he's lying.
He said that he was talking on behalf of Providence residents. I've been living in Providence my entire life, and he does not speak on my behalf. I'm not in favor of abortion, and he can't say that he speaks on my behalf.
So I don't believe that he's representing my voice, neither the voice of our community.
Este señor no representa a mí, no representa a mi familia, no representa a nadie.
Usted no está representando a mí, ni a mi familia, ni a mi comunidad. Deje su vaina.
Amén.
We should all respect life from the very beginning and to the end. And for this reason, I don't think the Mayor of Providence represents me at all.
Mayor Elorza, you did not represent me. The laws that we are seeing in the State House right now represent how wounded our society is and how poorly the values of respecting life are being passed on in our homes.
This is a travesty. This is something that we should not even be talking about. Our government needs to learn how to say no.
One more thing, I just want to let you know that you did not fool the Senate Judiciary Committee. You did not speak for me, and you did not speak for us.